All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. An update on the upcoming chip implant, which that prophecy can be found in Revelation, the 13th chapter. And this is from Strategic Sorcerer, right, which is a play on sorcerer.com. Right, and it says buyers increasingly interested in digital payment methods. This is from October 4th, 2021, the year of hastening the coming of our Lord. And I'll jump right into it. It says, from cryptocurrency to mobile wallets to smartphone devices, digital payment options run the proverbial gamut for both business owners as well as consumers. In addition to the legacy methods like cash, check, and credit cards, buyers in both the business to business and business to consumer spaces don't lack for options when it comes to how they spend their money. As even more payment solutions come to the forefront, Americans appear increasingly willing to adopt methods that aren't designed for pants pockets. And this is something that they've been doing in this country for years, is getting people ready to eventually take the chip implant. You know, slowly moving everyone towards digital transactions, and moving them away from cash and check. I mean, even really a credit and debit card is digital. You know, because everything is processed, you know, from your account through the number on the card you have. And like the article just said, you know, there's a lot more options to actually use digital payments with these smartphones and smartwatches and things like that. And then, of course, you had the coin shortage last year at the start of this current global crisis. So everything is already moving away from cash. You know, nobody really writes a check anymore. All right. So this is just something that's been in development for decades now. So now it says, that's according to a newly released poll from Novarica Group. The survey, which questioned 383 respondents, sought participants' opinions on some of the newer payment options that are either in place, in development, or in their seminal stages. For example, over 2/3 of respondents said that they were either very interested in using smart home devices, extremely interested, or were already using them to make certain kinds of purchases. And this lines up with the scriptures. This lines up with Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? Having a mark to buy and sell. Okay, because that is going to be cut under your skin, so you can buy and sell without having the need to go to your smartphone or wallet. Just like they've been moving away from cash and coin, they went to card. They went from card to having a chip in the card. All right, cash and check to card. You know, credit card, debit card. Then you have the cards with the chip in them, and then you have this wave of smartphones with different apps, smart watches with different apps. You know, it's all gradualism. It says vast majority of Americans leverage AI regularly. Smart home devices and assistants have fast become a multi-billion-dollar market, with the likes of Google Home, Amazon Alexa, and Apple Siri having their own iterations. 3 years ago, over 85% of Americans were using some kind of artificial intelligence product on a regular basis, according to a Gallup poll. It's risen since then. They're also utilizing wearables. Approximately 17% of adults in the AI Novarica Group survey said they paid for items using things like their watches, rings and bracelets, while 33% indicated they were very interested in taking advantage of this technology. So these people are ready to take the chip, man. Okay. The Israelites that don't believe that the chip lines up, that the chip implant lines up with biblical prophecy, you're going to be sadly mistaken soon. Okay. It says some are willing to be implanted with a payment device. Indeed, as many as 45% of respondents said they had at least some level of interest in having a chip physically inserted underneath their skin, allowing them to pay for things with the wave of the hand or a scan. I mean, it's obvious at this point. If you look these things up, see, it's one thing to say, GMS is going off on this and they're wrong on this breakdown, but do you even look at the information that's being brought out, or do you just scoff? And this is why Howard Shah said the blind lead the blind, because a lot of you are just blind Israelites following blind Israelite leaders. Okay? Look these things up. You got to be like the Church of Berea. That's Acts the 17th chapter. How in tune are you with the spirit of the scriptures? These things are happening more and more as the days and weeks go by. And 2021 is almost over, man. 2022 is going to be a heavy year when it comes down to this prophecy, because that's the next major prophecy to come to pass. It says London-based startup said it has the first microchip implant device, which is not the first. But let's see what it says here. While microchip implantation remains somewhat controversial, the technology exists, right? And this is what we've been saying. The technology is here. But soon it's going to fulfill the prophecy where there's going to be cause for everyone to take it. Now it says, according to notes from Poland, a company called Walletmore, and I did a video on this before on one of my other channels, GMS, the Spirit of Prophecy. It says it's developed the world's first microchip implant device, which the startup says is capable of storing encrypted data to make the buying process more secure. There's the word buying. Let me click on this link real quick. Notes from Poland. Yep, here we go. Yeah, world's first payment chip that can be implanted under skin, launched by a Polish-British startup. So this is a chip just for payments. Yep, I did a video on this earlier, but I'll leave the link.
Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how Walletmore implant works in real.
I'll leave the link. So let's go back here. It says Wojciech Paprota, who founded the London-based technology company, told Notes from Poland he thinks this method will take hold. It's just a matter of time, and it is. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of prophecy and pine lining up to actually have this manifest itself, because it's in the scriptures, so it will happen. It says, I believe that one day implants will be as popular as payment cards, Paprota predicted. He first stated that this payment option will help to diminish identity theft and enable adopters to more effectively protect their finances. David Schipper, a strategic advisor for AI Navarica's retail banking and payment division, indicated the market will be the ultimate determinant of whether this technology or some other one goes mainstream. Regardless, as contactless acceptance grows and digital card issuance with push provisioning to a digital wallet becomes more common, the availability and use of alternative payment form factors will likely increase as well, Schipper said. It may be a while before consumers warm up to the idea of implants. Nearly 60% in the aforementioned survey said they weren't interested. And that's the sentiment that's going on with the mandates now concerning the juice. All right, but eventually it's going to happen. How effective they will be in getting everyone the chip implant, we'll see. But once they start pushing it, things are going to move quick, and we're going to be close to the destruction of Babylon the Great and the salvation of Israel. But I just want to bring this out. Our praises, our honors, and our glories go to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.